What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down my top 3 favorite routes to run and to teach/coach. Okay, so these 3 routes, we're pretty much how this video is going to work. Is I'm going to walk you through the situation, walk you through what makes this route so great and very hard to stop from a DB perspective, and how you guys can obviously improve on this route. And this is a common situation that a lot of wide receivers see. So I hope this video helps you guys out. If you guys have any kind of video suggestion or video feedback, fellas, questions that you need answered, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. So first route is going to be a bang 8 post route versus an inside shade off man coverage DB. So this is one of my favorite routes because it is so hard to stop from a DB's point of view if we do it correctly as a wide receiver. So what we need to do in this specific case, I'm going to play at full speed first, is that we need to attack the outside shoulder of the DB. I need to force the hip flip so I can slip back underneath and make this catch, right? So when I come off the line, a lot of guys, what they'll do, and this is why I love this route, because it's unconventional to some, but it's very conventional to the elite route runners, right? A lot of guys think that anytime that they see this look, they have to attack a DB's leverage. Okay, I got to stem inside, I got to attack his midline, I got to attack his inside shoulder to get him to backpedal, and then I can break off in front of him. Here's the problem with that, though. A, this DB is not going to give up inside shade that easily. If he's talented, right? If he's worth the crap, he's not going to give it up. What you need to do is you need to attack his outside shoulder. If you just attack his leverage, DB will just keep his leverage, and you'll end up running the post right into him. So you have to attack the outside shoulder to flip the hip. So if I can burst off the line of scrimmage, head straight forward, good pad level, good stride, good speed, I can get that DB to flip his hips, and then bam, I can break that thing right off underneath. So that is the number one favorite route for me, is that post route versus inside shade. Now, before I play this thing again full speed, fellas, I want to talk to you about a great opportunity we are offering this offseason, you guys. We are traveling out to 6 different states across the United States for 2-day-long quarterback and wide receiver training camps. So we've already been to Tampa, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, Houston, Texas, and Newark, New Jersey. Now, next up on our tour is going to be Atlanta, Georgia, Columbus, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, and Los Angeles, California. So they're 2 whole day camps, fellas. These are long camps. There's a lot of information that you guys are going to learn because each camp is 4 hours each day, and we are limiting spots. So it's going to be very, very hands-on with myself and my staff of coaches, where you're going to learn a lot of skills. We're going to walk you through things. We're actually going to take the time to coach you, not just run you through drill work like you see at so many other camps. So if you guys are local to one of these different cities, one of these 6 cities, 6 states, and would like to travel out, or you're out of state and you'd like to travel in for one of these camps, we'd love to have you. So check out that very first link in the description below, fellas. We'd love to have you out to one of our off-season camps. Let's get back to this video. So I'm going to play this thing full speed, and then we'll get to the next route. Great job attacking outside shoulder, forcing the hip flip. That DB has so much space to the outside when he is an inside shade off man. He has all this space here. So if I can threaten him there and be able to slip underneath, that will get me separation. Okay, so now second favorite route is going to be a curl route versus zone coverage. Okay, so now this is one of my favorite routes to teach, I would say, just because you get to really see how much a wide receiver trusts his stride and trusts his speed into a break and trust his hips. Okay, so let's play this thing full speed. So this is going to be off of your 4th outside step, and that should take you about 12 yards back to 10. So let's watch this thing here. This is Kyle Phillips out of UCLA. So he comes off 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and he snaps down right on the 4th. Now, the reason why I love this route is because it kind of trumps a lot of things that a lot of receiver coaches, I put the air quotes around receiver coaches, because they don't understand the concept of selling fade and dropping hips. All they understand the concept of is eliminating steps, which could not be more wrong, right? So when you guys get to the top of the break right here, it is very, very difficult to get out of a break like this. And some guys think they could get out in 2 steps. Guarantee you it's not 2 steps. It might feel like 2 steps, but it's not 2 steps. But a lot of people think that, oh, it's got to be 3 steps every single time. And yes, that's something you want to shoot for. It is extremely rare. You see like the Jerry Judys of the world and the Ocho Cincos of the world get out of this break in 3 steps. And honestly, not even sometimes. It is extremely difficult to make a change of direction like this in 3 steps when doing the correct things on the route. So many wide receiver coaches do not even care about the stem. They do not even care about you not giving any indicators on the route. They just care about, oh, did he get out in the least amount of steps possible? It's not what you want to focus on. You want to focus on getting that DB to backpedal, getting the DB to turn his hips, and having a violent hip drop to create create energy so I could accelerate back to the ball and have that DB not have time to react to the ball. But no, nobody emphasizes that. They're so worried about the steps. We need to worry about the stem and the break point. And that's why I love coaching this route, because guys really start to see the difference when they sell vertical and when they drop on a dime. So when you're going up into a route, the reason why I mentioned steps earlier, he's snapping down on his fourth outside step. So let's count his steps. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and then right on the fourth is when you're going to drop your hips violently. A lot of wide receivers can't do that. They're so caught up in breaking at yardage, they're not comfortable counting steps, whatever it is, and they get to about 8 yards, they start to chop their stride, they start to slow down, then they drop their hips. That's also an indicator. So routes like this, curls, comebacks, when we go off of steps, that is a great way to change your entire game when it comes to route running. Just think about, I'm going on my fourth outside step, my eyes are forward, I'm keeping a good pad level, and my hip drop on the fourth outside is what snaps me down. This is textbook right here. Snapping down, trying to bring the chin to the knee, letting the hips drop, and let's count the amount of steps that he takes, right? So he goes here, he snaps down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's out of the break, right? That's 5 steps. That is 100% okay if you are running as hard as you can and you drop violently at the break point. Because what gets that DB to move off the platform is not the amount of steps that you take. I could slow down and take 3 steps, and that DB will be all over me because he did not believe vertical. The amount of steps does not matter. The amount of time that you waste at the top of the break is what matters. And I waste time when I slow down and when I don't drop my hips violently to create energy. This, I guarantee you, this 5 steps that he takes right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is faster than a lot of people's 3 steps because they don't have any energy going into the break. They're not creating any energy with their feet. They're slowing down to make sure that their steps are precise. Yes, you want to aim for 3 steps. It is extremely hard to get it in 3 steps. If you're a beginner, it's going to take you a while to get 3 steps. You need a lot of ankle stability, knee stability, leg strength. And I'm not saying you can't get there. I'm just saying you should be more concerned with selling fade and being violent with your hips to create energy, getting out in probably 5 steps. I think maybe anything a little bit over 5 might be excessive, but be concerned with eliminating wasted time and selling vertical. That is why this is one of my second favorite routes to coach, just because it is such a good kind of baseline of where your route running is and how good you are with your breaks when you have to snap down. So let's watch it again full speed. I love that curl against zone coverage when we're going off of my 4th outside step. Should be about 12 back to 10. So now, third favorite route that I like to run, that I like to teach, coach, is a 10-yard out versus an outside shade DB, because it helps you, it really makes receivers understand about leverage and what a DB is trying to accomplish with his leverage and what you can expect and how you can react throughout the route. I love this 10-yard out because you can make 2 decisions. You could either restack or you could either throw by and slip underneath, I guess you could say. So let's play this thing full speed. So he does a wide step release, takes the inside move. DB's in a good position, so he slips back underneath him, right? So same thing. His split is cut down or he's out of the slot, right? So as a DB's perspective, he's probably going to be sitting a little bit outside shade, expecting the outside route. So wide receiver, I need to know that. Right? I need to understand that, okay, I'm probably not going to be able to get the outside release, so we got to be content with taking an inside release. I love this route. I love anytime that I'm doing one-on-ones with receivers that I train, I always try to make DBs go outside shade and have the receivers cut their split down, because this is a true test of route running. How smart are you? How high of your IQ are you? Can you actually react on the fly and still be able to sell fade, right? So what he does here is he goes with this wide step release, right? Attacks the DB's outside leverage. That holds him to the outside. You're probably not going to get the outside release. A lot of receivers would force this outside release. They just take off. DB's going to get right into your hip, force you to the sideline, and just like a comeback, you're not going to have any space to accelerate out. So we have to attack him there, try to hold him there, and stay on this straight line. Now, my mindset, number one, anytime it's man coverage, we're always trying to do what? Always trying to restack. But if that DB plays it well and he's hip to hip with me, I got to have a plan. I got to have something in my back pocket. I got to have a reactionary plan, as I like to call it. Now, some people say, oh, this is overcoaching. You just have to go run the route, right? Well, you got to have a strategy, because if you don't have a strategy, I've seen it too many times. I've seen it time and time again. When you just let guys go out there and be athletes, they don't know what to do, and they freak out and they panic and they run lazy routes and they run crappy routes, right? So you have to have a plan. I'm not saying that you should be thinking about all this stuff when you're in a game. You should be reacting. Football's about reacting, but you need to make sure that you have a plan going in, and the way you train is you're repping that plan over and over and over again. You get 1 million practice reps a day. You should be stealing reps from guys to be able to work these different situations. So when it's time to roll 11 on 11 full pads, you can just go. You don't have to think about it. You can go fast and be able to react and already know, based on on the different situations you've worked, what the DB is going to do. That's why I love this route, because it forces you to have to react. Can I restack, or do I have to snap it down and throw a by because the DB's in a good position? And if I could do either one while selling fade, being violent with my change of direction, and get me out of the route, that is a true test of route running this entire look. So third favorite route for me, third favorite situation is outside shake, press coverage, running an outside breaking route like a 10-yard out, or hell, even a corner. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job with the wide step. Great job reacting, putting the brakes on, and then slipping back underneath. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Get back to you as soon as we possibly can. We always appreciate the feedback, you guys, and it's always great to hear from you guys. We read every single comment, so we really appreciate it. You guys help keep the channel rolling. So like I said, we definitely appreciate it. And again, fellas, if you're local to one of these 6 different states and cities that we are traveling to, check out that very first link in the description below. We would love to have you out to one of our 2-day-long off-season camps, 4 hours each day. Spots are limited to only 10 to 12 guys. It's a small group setting, so we'd love to have you out. Very first link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.